Hello viewers, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video today, I've got the latest news regarding international students coming into Canada. I've got news regarding express entry, Provincial Nominee, and also I've got the sad news of an African international student that came into Canada some few years back to study but lost his life. So you want to hang on tight, stay tuned. This information, this news, I'll be dissecting for you in this video today. So hang on tight, stay tuned. I will be back. Okay viewers, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. I still remember my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are in Canada and those that are aspiring to migrate into Canada. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please do me the honor, hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. And for our returning viewers, thank you very much for believing in us. God bless you. Okay viewers, so let me start on the express entry note. The 188th express entry draw was done on May 20th, and this particular one, as always, as the last few ones, is geared towards Canadian experience class, meaning that you must have studied in Canada, you are in Canada, and the CRA score was 397. Yes, that is the one of the first time that they are going below 400. Don't forget they went to 75 before. So this time around it was 397, and the number of people that were told to apply was 1,842 candidates were told to apply for their permanent residence. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate those that were invited to apply. For those that are still in the pool, probably waiting for FST or FSW, that because you're outside Canada, I wish you good luck. Keep your fingers crossed, because as things are opening up now thanks to the vaccine, very soon FSW or FST or FSW, one of those draws will be done pretty soon. All right, so next on my news is going to be on international travel restriction. So Canada government came up with extension of this restriction up until June 21st. You want to agree with me that way back as March last year, there has been a restriction in place for international travelers to come into Canada. So now they've extended it again up until June 21st. We don't know if by then they will be extending it again. We don't know. No thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. But I can assure you that pretty soon this international restriction would be lifted, because a lot of people are getting their vaccine in Canada now and things are beginning to open up. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. And by extension, the US border closure too is being extended again up until June 21st. So the US border is closed too, so meaning that unnecessary travel between the Americans and Canadians can't happen, except there's a cogent reason, there's a very substantial reason for you to actually do that, because the restriction is in place up until June 21st. And likewise also, you want to agree with me that news that the Canada placed an embargo on direct flights coming in from Pakistan on India or India to Canada, no thanks to this COVID-19. So the restriction again, it was meant to lapse May 21st, but it has been extended likewise to June 21st. So no direct flight from India or Pakistan to Canada, and indirect flights coming from either of these two countries, you need to have your negative COVID-19 results, and likewise you need to go through the quarantine plan, just to keep you in the loop on these restrictions. All right, so going to the next news that I have for you, which is not really a nice news. I mean, it's so sad to hear that an African brother, this particular person he came as an international student from Cameroon in 2013. He came into Canada on study. When he was done studying, he met his spouse, got married in the same 2013, and after that went through the student life, eventually got a job in IT, settled down, had 3 kids with his spouse, and he died on May 13th this year, just some few days ago. It's so sad to hear that, because the news was that he went out driving and he had an accident somewhere in Ontario. It's so sad that Nana Ngasa died. It's so sad. As an international student, I can actually empathize with that, with the wife, because it's so sad. You leaving your family behind in Africa, in Cameroon, and coming to die in a foreign land. It's not so nice. Now the family, the wife, they're trying to do like a GoFundMe, trying to raise fund for them to repatriate his body back to Cameroon, because one of his dying wishes was that even if in case if he doesn't make it, his body should be sent back home for a befitting burial among his family. So that is what they're trying to raise, 19,000. I think a GoFundMe has been created in that regard, just to make sure that they can repatriate the body back to Africa for a befitting burial. So the news, when I got it, it was so striking that I felt I should share this with you. I mean, a promising guy, 32 years of age, came into Canada a few years back to come and study, eventually finished his study, got a good job in IT, got married, now has 3 kids, but he met his Waterloo and died on May 13 in an accident. I mean, accident rarely happens in Canada, but I mean, once it happens, it's very bloody. So my heartfelt condolence to the family, to the wife. I mean, I wish him good internal rest, and it is going to be well with his soul. So just to give you that news, it's so sad. Just a quick news on racism in Canada. I mean, a study was conducted by York University Institute. York University in Canada, they conducted a survey among black people, and 78% of respondents, of the black respondents, say that racism is still pertinent, is still happening in Canada. Why I decided to bring this news to you is that, especially for international travelers coming from Africa, if you still want to come into Canada, I will want to tell you that you should prepare for that side of Canada too. There's racism, it might be subtle, but you still have atom, you still have element of racism in Canada. And also the Prime Minister alluded to that fact that they will try as much as possible to do something about the disparity of blacks in key positions. I mean, disparity among black when they're trying to employ, I mean, trying to segregate. So that is a known fact. I mean, the Prime Minister alluded to that fact. So I'm just trying to prep your mind so that you get to know that that's one of the few things that you are actually going to encounter when you come into Canada. I'm not trying to discourage you, because obviously I'm still here, I'm black, I'm still here. I'm not trying to discourage you, but just to prepare your mind so that when you eventually come into Canada and you see atom of it, you will know that you heard it first on this channel. All right, so let me keep you in the loop regarding provincial nominee. Like I always say, a provincial nominee is another route, another way through which you can come into Canada if other parts are failing you, if study is so exorbitant because of the tuition fee. I implore you to actually look at provincial nominee, because that can create an avenue for you to come into Canada. So in the last few days, in the last few weeks, virtually a lot of the provinces, Ontario did their provincial nominee, British Columbia did their provincial nominee, Prince Edward Island did their provincial nominee, Saskatchewan did their provincial nominee, Manitoba was not left out. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that please try as much as possible, look into this provincial nominee. Some of them are actually looking out for the job that you have skills in. Some of them are actually looking at the education that you have experience in, that you have knowledge in. So please, take your time. I've done tons of videos on some of this provincial nominee. Do your own personal research too, and look at this provincial nominee, because that could be a very easy pathway for you to migrate into Canada. All right, viewers, do you understand the video that I dropped for you today? I told you about the latest express entry draw that was done. 397 was the CRS score. I told you about the provincial nominee. Likewise, I told you about the travel restriction, the travel ban between US and Canada border. International travelers coming into Canada, you must have a pertinent reason. There must be a very substantial reason for you to come. Otherwise, there's no way for you to come. And likewise, I still told you that the restriction between travelers from India and Pakistan to Canada has been extended up until June 21st. And likewise, I give you the sad news of an international student from Cameroon that came in here to study that met his Waterloo on May 13th. So, do you have any question you don't understand? Do you think there's anything I said that you still need more clarification? Feel free to drop it in the comment section. And likewise, if you enjoyed this video, hit on the likes button, and don't forget to share this video with whoever you feel will benefit from it. In my next video, I'll be telling you about minimum wage in Canada, so that you get to know, okay, what is the minimum wage in Ontario, what is the minimum wage in British Columbia, Quebec, compare it together and look at it from the angle that if you eventually come into Canada and you start working either as an international student or eventually on a work permit, how much can you make? What is your budget? How can you sustain yourself, sustain your family? Expect that video in my next on this channel very soon. I'll be telling you about the minimum wage in Canada. Till I come back to you again on this YouTube channel, I remain my humble self, MC Bernardino. Stay out of trouble. Get the vaccine as soon as you can. Peace out. One love. Bye for now.